first light. I was set down from the carrier's cart at the age of 3, and there, with a sense of bewilderment and terror, my life in the village began. The June grass amongst which I stood was taller than I was, and I wept. I had never been so close to grass before. It towered above me, and all around me, each blade tattooed with tiger skins of sunlight. It was knife-edged, dark and a wicked green, thick as a forest, and alive with grasshoppers that chirped and chattered and leapt through the air like monkeys. I was lost and didn't know where to move. A tropic heat oozed up from the ground, rank with sharp odours of roots and nettles. Snow clouds of elder blossom banked in the sky, showering upon me the fumes and flakes of their sweet and giddy suffocation. And high overhead ran frenzied larks, screaming as though the sky was tearing apart. For the first time in my life, I was out of the sight of humans. For the first time in my life, I was alone in a world whose behavior I could neither predict nor fathom. A world of birds that squealed, of plants that stank, of insects that sprang about without warning. I was lost, and I did not expect to be found again. I put back my head and howled, and the sun hit me smartly on the face like a bully. From this daylight nightmare, I was awakened, as from many another, by the appearance of my sisters. They came scrambling and calling up the steep, rough bank, and parting the long grass, found me. Faces of rose, familiar, living, huge shining faces hung up like shields between me and the sky. Faces with grins and white teeth, some broken, to be conjured up like genii with a howl, brushing off terror with their broad scoldings and affection. They leaned over me, 1, 2, 3, their mouths smeared with red currants and their hands dripping with juice. There, it's all right, don't you wail anymore. Come down home and we'll stuff you with currants. And Marjorie, the eldest, lifted me into her long brown hair and ran me jogging down the path and through the steep rose-filled garden and set me down on the cottage doorstep, which was our home, though I couldn't believe it. That was the day we came to the village in the summer of the last year of the First World War, to a cottage that stood in a half-acre of garden on a steep bank above a lake. A cottage with 3 floors and a cellar and a treasure in the walls, with a pump and apple trees, syringa and strawberries, rooks in the chimneys, frogs in the cellar, mushrooms on the ceiling, and all for 3 and 6pence a week. I don't know where we lived before then. My life began on the carrier's cart, which brought me up the long, slow hills to the village and dumped me in the high grass and lost me. I had ridden wrapped up in a Union Jack to protect me from the sun, and when I rolled out of it and stood piping loud among the buzzing jungle of that summer bank, then, I feel, was I born. And to all the rest of us, the whole family of 8, it was the beginning of a life.